Welcome back to the Future Self podcast. What is one piece of advice? What's one piece of advice? What is one piece of advice? What's one bit of advice? What's one piece of advice? What is one piece of advice? What's one piece of advice? What is one piece of advice? Or a question or an idea that you want my audience to have or ask more often? Or a question or a thought you want my audience to have, ask, or think more often. Self-respect is the reason you will wake up and do what you need to do. Motivation isn't actually the reason you will do what you need to do, but will be the experience of how enjoyable doing what you need to do is. Change the perspective that motivation is your reason for action and rather just the representation of how enjoyable the needed to be done action will be during at that time. Self-respect is your why. Motivation is your gauge for the enjoyment at that time. Remember, motivation only represents how easy and enjoyable it is. It doesn't represent if you will or won't do it.
The growth that you're searching for is on the other side of maybe shame that you're holding or progress that you're afraid of having, and sitting down away from other stimulus, away from the phone, away from any outside distractions, and allowing yourself to process that fear, process that shame, process and question why it is that you're blocking yourself from pursuing after that. Because in reality, success is simple. It's not easy, but it's simple. You do these things and success leaves clues, as you probably heard before. But why aren't you doing those things? And figuring out what emotional blocks are there so that you can dismantle them and move past them. That's been the biggest growth point for me. So turning the phone off, separating yourself from distraction, separating yourself from outside stimulus, and getting to know who you are and what fears you have is going to be really, really, really life-changing for you. I put money on it. I put my word on it. It's worth more than money because it's happened to me, and I can give you that same advice to go into the future with.
You should have started yesterday. You've got all the excuses in the world. I know you do. You have all the excuses in the world. There's so many reasons as to why you're not doing the things that you want to do. But I think the awesome part is like you get to do them. And if you don't do them, no one cares. So you may as well do them because you're the one that's going to get to later on in your life and you're going to be living in regret and you're going to be saying, what if, as opposed to, oh, well. And I think when you leave no stone unturned and you do the things that you truly want to do and you actually act on them, just take that one step like you should have yesterday and the day before and the day before, but you still are not doing it because you're scared of all these other things and scared of failure and what other people think, and you have all these excuses. If you actually just start doing the things that you want to do, you will slowly get to where you want to live. So then when you look back at your life, you're proud of what you've done.
As cheesy as it sounds and as overused as the phrase and sentence is, you are loved and you are enough.
Any struggle or addiction, you're not alone. Reach for help. I think the best thing I did was reach out for help, and just don't stop until until you're on the path that you want to be on. Time is going. Like if I didn't start when I'm nearly 2 years sober, I will be 2 years sober in December, Christmas Day. And time just goes. Like if I didn't start, I'd still be, waking up each morning living that horrible life that I was living, and who knows if I'd even be here. So, and yeah, no one's alone. Like I think sharing and trusting and being open about your struggles is something that we all need to support each other more with. The help that you don't ask for is the help that could change your life.
The best version of you is grown in the flames of your hardest times. To be a better human, you have to go through hard times. The harder the times, the better the human. Reflecting back on my life, I very rarely look at the moments of ease and success and achievement as moments that define me or alter me or have progressed me as a person. It is the lowest moments, the worst moments, the flames of my hardest times that have grown me as a person. My lowest points of depression taught me so much about how I was operating, how I was treating myself, and how not okay the life I was living. My lowest moments with coaching, how not serious I was taking it, how I was taking it for granted, how my systems weren't great. I had no procedures. It is the flames of your hardest times that grow your character. Anytime I think back on a level up or progression I've had, it immediately is attached to a hard time. The podcast studio investment and setup is only as good as the faults I have made. I've filmed episodes and they've been totally wiped. I've recorded episodes, kept the visuals, lost the audio. I've dropped a camera and broken it. All these things. And what does that make me? It makes me conscious of backing things up. It makes me careful with how I treat my equipment. It makes me smart with how I operate my systems and the aspects of editing and all the backgrounds. The way I treat myself. I don't sit here and think of the highest highs, my fittest moments, my best lifts, my most routine weeks. I think of the defining moments of when I wasn't routine, when I was operating through self-hatred, self-disrespect, when I was being everything others wanted me to be and I wasn't being myself. The thing with all of this is no one wants to go through hard times because it sucks. It sucks. And I can hit you with that quote of rewire your perspective because this hard time's going to change your life. Yes, true. Doesn't feel true in the moment. And it's fucking hard in the moment. And that's okay. That's why there's hindsight. That's why we reflect, look back. Wow, all my defining moments come from the flames of my hardest moments in my life. So that quote a few episodes back, that the lowest version of me is responsible for the reason I am the way I am today, because he was the one that decided to make change, not me. Not the best version I've been so far in my 23 years of life. The lowest version I've ever been in my life is the reason that I am the way I am today.
Just be yourself. Do not compare yourself to others. Do not let other people's opinions affect you, even though it somewhat might. Do try not let it affect you. Enjoy the now, because you don't know if you're going to wake up tomorrow. You don't know what tomorrow brings or the future. So enjoy the now. I wish I had have enjoyed a lot of the time back in the days, and just do what makes you happy. There's too many people going to university because my mum wants me to go to university, or I got to do this degree, or I have to go. Like, just fucking do what you want to do in life. Like, truly, like, time's short. We don't know how long we're here for. And if you truly don't enjoy each and every single day, what's the point of being on earth? Like, I'd rather not exist than, you know what I mean? If you truly dread each and every single day, what is the point of living? We're all alive, majority of us are happy, we're healthy, and why not have a crack at it? Why not see what the fuck you can do in life? Like, I'm no different to you. You're no different to me. Like, you can be whatever you want to be. Go have a crack, see what you can do. And I guarantee you actually might get a lot more ahead than you think.
I'd probably say relate it back to the truths. Just ask yourself those honest questions about, are you happy right now in the position you are in? And if you're not, what are you actually going to do about it? Stop waiting. Time waits for no man. Put in the work, and just make a start. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Stop being a victim.
The most beautiful idea we have heard, but often forget, is wishing for something, but not realizing that wish is often granted different to how we hope. You wish for resilience, so you were given hard tests. You wish for kindness, so you are intensely humbled. You wish for strength, so you are given burdens to carry. You wish for courage, so you are given anxiety to choose. You wish for success, so you were given the chance to take risks. What you often wish is presented to you in ways that build these traits. They're not just given to you as workless gifts. How wild is that concept? What we want is often possible through doing what we don't want. Who the hell wants to work hard? A lot of people don't. But by working hard, it builds resilience. Who wants to be more courageous? Probably a lot of people. But do we want to take more risks? That's the idea. That mindset and that frame of mind is such a wonderful thought, because when something's happening that we don't want to have happen, maybe it's the opportunity to then gift us what we do want to have happen. I'm not feeling very connected to my friends. I'm not very happy in these moments. Wait a second. My friends aren't inviting me places. They're talking about me behind my back. I'm not feeling the support and warmth of my friends. You were just wishing for new friends. You've now been given the opportunity. Go look for new friends because your current friends are doing these things. I want to look better and feel better. Okay. Well, you don't just get that. You have to work for that. That's why in these moments of struggle and hardship and friction, there's a lot more to it than just what is at the surface. Maybe that moment is what you wish for.
I think I love Alex Hormozi's comment on we're all going to be dead in 100 years. And anyone who is holding you back because you're worried about what they think or how they perceive you is also going to be dead in 100 years. And we have this like absolute blip on Earth in the timescale of another blip from the extension of like the whole time Earth has been around. So it's like you have such a short amount of time in life, and to be held back because you're worried about being judged or what people think about you is such a limiting belief. And it's everyone will always laugh at the start. When I posted no followers, started with 0, I'm sure there are people laughing. Even friends, you know, they take the piss. They go, oh yeah, Alfie gets hard, sick. You know, there's always going to be that. But first they laugh and then they ask how. Like once you get past that point of not taking into account what everyone thinks, or if you're doing the right thing, or if you're trying to fit in, like why are you trying to fit in? If the people around you and the people you're trying to fit in with aren't the people you want to be like, just be different and accept that being different does make you stand out, and being different will raise eyebrows, and people may, you know, judge or throw some cast of shame, but ultimately, like, it's your life. Just go live it.
Why am I really doing the things I'm doing? Like, what is driving me? Is it for some external validation to make me feel more secure? Is it because I feel like I have to for this season of my life? Or is it genuinely like what you should be doing at the time? I think just asking yourself these questions more will give you this sense of security to operate on no matter the season. And when traps hit or when hard times hit, you'll be able to handle them and also help other people who handle them more efficiently because you've asked yourself these questions. So I'd say, yeah, just reflecting on who you are currently and why you're doing the things you are would be the one thing I would suggest.
If you are stuck in a position of not knowing what direction to take, just step forward, because it will take you somewhere, and you don't have to know exactly where it's going to take you, but just take that step forward. And a question that I probably want you to ask yourself more is, if not now, then when? And what can I do differently when that time arrives?
What if after every failure, this was the moment that changed it all? You finish this podcast episode, turn off your phone, and go and do exactly what you need to do. You put the fear of others aside, the comments from your mates behind you, and the worries of what if in the past. Because what if it does happen this time? If this is the moment you break through the barrier that has always held you back, if you elevate your standard into an area it's never been before. We focus so much on what if it doesn't, but for the first time in your life, What if it does? Imagine your life in 12 months' time. Imagine what if it does. What if the dream you have starts today with the first step being taken right now? I think it makes me so proud that you've tuned into this episode, because you don't tune into a podcast to not level yourself up, or at least the Future Self podcast. You're not a subscriber. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. If you're a subscriber, you listen fortnightly to the long episodes and the second fortnight to the short clips, or weekly to the short clips, because you want to elevate and progress yourself. You're giving yourself a fighting chance. You're exposing yourself to material. So maybe that quote right there is the quote that you get your phone out, you open your notes app, and you write it down. What if? Not what if it doesn't. What if it does? What if it does? What if this is the time you finish this episode, you close your phone, and you just go after it? You just go and do it. You don't procrastinate. You don't push back. You don't, I'll do it tomorrow. You don't, I'll do it Monday. What if this is the moment right now? It does.